Hello, Neil here from Living Arts. Just doing a quick update tutorial for my SciFi Substance panels. I'm making a free sample available on the Asset Store, and this is the pack that I've just installed. Now, before I get started, on the project, just click on your Edit button, and then go to Project Settings. Sorry, this is off screen. Then select Player, and this will bring up this window. And just change. I just changed to use deferred rendering path and select your color space to linear. Now back into the package here. This just contains three substances. One is they're all the same. One works with Unity 5 standard and standard specular shaders, and it's pretty much automatic. So as you switch between the two, it'll generate the various maps that it's required. This also has a support for the Uber shader system. So if you just check that checkbox there, if you're using Uber shader system. The other package, I include two small packages here, one for Alloy, which just contains a single substance, and also for SkyShop. Just make sure before you extract either of these two packages here that you have the relevant plugin installed. I've pre-set up the substances with their relevant shaders, so they'll work out of the box, so just make sure that's done before you open it up. Right, I've just got a sample scene here. Just open that up. It's the same substance, just tiling all over the place, and I've just used some basic models I've included in this pack. Obviously the round column, square column, these are very low poly, and they map perfectly around to the substances, so you can just simply drag and drop them on. And with the tiles, these are just flat planes. They're 2 polygon each, and they just snap together, so they're fairly seamless. And I've got these a ceiling, floor and wall, so it saves you having to rotate them around. You just drag it in and just start snapping them together, and drag and drop the substance on top. Right, so into the substance itself. Now in here you've got a dirt and a wear slider. They're fairly self-explanatory. The wear slider affects any painted surfaces, and just basically it's really like a paint chipper. It chips away paint off edges, etc. on the surface and puts scratches in. The base color is pretty much the metal surface that's underneath. When you scratch away the paint surface, this will appear underneath. And generally I use steel on that. These are all got presets, and you can even choose plastic and paint if you like. Now main color, I actually map different color IDs to various sections on these panels, and the main color is actually this strip here of slightly blue. So you can just go in, if we leave it as paint, you can click on the color picker here, and we can just change that to a different tone, lighter or darker. Or if you wish, you can change, oops, sorry, wrong one. You can change that to, say, a steel as well. And then our secondary color is actually the strip going across here, which you've currently got set as gunmetal. So if we change that to, say, paint, you can see it's picked up the color in the color picker there. So we can go with, say, a brass. We've got 3 accent colors here. The accent for this one here is the rib section. So if you like, we've kind of got it set as steel. Change that to, say, a rubber mat, and that updates accordingly. Accent 2 on this particular panel is this strip here. Once again, we can change that, say, to a steel, and it updates in real time. And our final one, accent 3, is currently a rubber, which is this strip at the either end here. So we can change that to, we go all steel. And also there's some screws in here, and the bolts, they can change as well. So they're currently set to steel. If you want, you can make them, say, a painted black. You can then change the color if you wish, if you like bright red bolts. So let's change that back to steel. So the next one down is the lights. So this is just the emissive color, and we can change this to whatever you choose. So if we want to put a nice orange in there. Next we have our custom decals. I've included a couple of samples here, which is these two, and there's a couple of slots, and it's all they are is just a black and white PNG file or PNG file, and just drag those into each slot. And it's all I've done is just put a chevron, and then I'll put the opposing chevron in between on the second decal, and just some text and a line so you can see what happens there. And already you can see that's now updated and appears on your panel along with some writing. Now these decals, just click back on that. These decals are affected by the dirt and the wear sliders. So if we just bump our wear up to say 1, you can see that that's now worn away our decal there. If you like, you don't need to use the decals. You can use one or one without the other. So we can clear this one, and you're just left with the one there. Now this is pretty endless. I mean, you can make up anything you like. Spray paint looking, graffiti looking, text, image like graphics, certain symbols, and just combo anything you like with those really. These substances, they support up to 2048 res. When you first open them, they take on the default 512 by 512 that's set in Unity, but they work quite nicely at the higher reses as well. And they'll just update and just wait for that reflection probe to give a bit of a kick. Now we just go to our game view. Just wait for that to update. Get back under here, and we'll just adjust our dirt slider. And you can then see the effects that has on the panel. And you get sort of like a rusty, a combo of rustiness and dirt coming in there. Turn our wear and our dirt way down. We get a bright, shiny new version. And if you like this substance and the way it works, please check out my 2 other volumes. I have a volume 3 on the way on the Unity Asset Store. Enjoy.